EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
Black Ultra. Down. Ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Fowler. Evades him at the 20. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Fowler. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. You look at this Arizona defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. This is taken at the 23. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And this defense able to plug him up there. He'll get a yard to the 35. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Strike two. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Fowler. That's caught. Emeka Buka. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Emeka Buka hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Cardinals nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
45, right.
Well, now they'll try the end around. Gets past one man. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Set, hut. Block 40. Hut.
Back to throw. Fowler. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Fowler. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Emeka Buka. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Buccaneers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Cardinals nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Now that. Go.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing to start the drive. Fowler. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Cardinals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ballgame as they come up 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up
2nd and 11. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
But that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Let's go. Steady.
On 1st down, it's Benson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Ready. 7, track him, 60. Ready.
Back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. When you look at this defense, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
2nd down and 6 now.
60 red. 60 red. Red.
Back to throw. Fowler. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Drill green. Ready. Yellow. Steel. Black.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That is incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Second and 10.
Down. Hut.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 4-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there, because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10, right at the 40.
10 black.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving. Down to about the 37.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 37, they work on second and 6.
Drill. 52. Here we go. Back. Hut.
Off play action. Fowler. Open man is Ibuka. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Set. 45. White. Check. Hut.
They'll look to throw here on first down. His throw incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's second and 10.
Let's go now. Smash. Red. 38. Set.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field.
Set. Ready. Set.
On first and 10, here's Irving. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Cardinals nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes just overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
There's Murray. Caught here, right side, no. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 30. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to attack him.
They'll start on the ground with Irving. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Right. Down.
Looking to throw. Fowler. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Let's go. Yellow, 43.
From the gun on 3rd down. Fowler. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll run the draw with Irving. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and 12.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Once again, it's Irvin. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Ready.
On third down, they go with Irvin. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he completes it to Wilson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's
Murray. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
At the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. That ball caught by Harrison. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
It's a gain of 21
A gain there of 21 yards.
Another Cardinals.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a dip.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1. 2. That's 1. Hey. 1.
Murray now. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
brings up 2nd and 16. At the Bucs 32-yard
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
Gets by him at the 25. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Here we go. Here we go.
A run up the middle with Irvin. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Set, hut. Set.
They'll try and run here with Irvin. But he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. He hit his first. This one from 38. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, if nothing else, some signs of life here, Charles, because you're facing the big deficit, but at least they were able to prevent 3 more from getting on the board there with a nice block.
And that's how they're comforting themselves on the sidelines right now because they certainly didn't execute well on that play at all. Bottom line, exactly what you said. They didn't need the 3, but they sure don't like giving up a block. They'll have something to work on as they get into practice next week. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Murray now to throw. The killer here, it's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held into an okay game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
I thought they might take Shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
60 red. 60 red.
On the handoff, this is Irvin. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
Here we go, set.
That'll give Irving running right. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Set. 52 blue. Set.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and he's got a Buka. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Set. Hut. Ready.
Here's a handoff to Irving. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Let's go now. Ready?
Running the toss to Irving. Ooh, with a juke. Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ready.
And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And his kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw is Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. Offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Get it. Warriors 70, Bronco 80. Let's go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Open there is Jalen Naylor. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Stephanie. Black Panther and left.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Start. Gravity line. Let go.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harrison. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's another Cardinals first down.
Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Down at the 20-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
Ready, right?
Another run here with Benson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And this offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
Ready, set. Track. Ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Set, ready.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And out across midfield down to the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the ground, it's Irving. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They have the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
On the double.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Set.
They run the counter. It's Curtis. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Ready.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Ready.
Again to the fullback on the dive. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Here we go. Set. Blue 32. Ready.
And they take a knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep or protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini-losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They're going to look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there. Credit Yaya Diaby with a stop.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And they will take a knee here.
Ready, ready. Yellow, 22. Ready, ready.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Set, punt. Red, 38. Punt, punt.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So it's a win for the Bucs here. And it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.
So for the Bucs, the win moves them to 8.